Well, I'm riding into Bandera, Texas this morning on my way to Utopia, Texas. It's a nice sounding little name for a town. And while I'm riding along this morning, I want to talk about Assholology. Now, before you jump to conclusions, Assholology is kind of like proctology, but different. You know, proctology, I guess the technical definition of it would be the scientific study of assholes. But Assholology is the study of personalities. And interestingly enough, it really is a field of research and science, and I would like to share some of my thoughts on it, and in just a few minutes, the thoughts of a very dear friend who had some wonderful theories about this. So let's work the metaphor first of all. Now, you'll have to admit the asshole, the biological asshole, is a wonderful piece of engineering. What a marvelous thing it is. The functions it performs, the benefits it performs to society as a whole and to us as individuals. But there's one thing about the biological asshole is that it cannot be denied. It will always get what it wants, one way or the other. Now, most of the time, fortunately, it does it in the nice way. But every once in a while, if it doesn't get what it wants, it's going to get it, and the results are pretty nasty. And we've all experienced that. So let's just take that metaphor now and apply it to persons. There are some people who will get what they want regardless of the obstacles or the resistance they face. Now, you could make the case that anything great that was ever achieved in all of history was achieved by assholes, because they were achieved by people who had an idea and there was something they wanted. They had a goal and they were insanely committed to that goal, and they pursued it relentlessly. And in some cases they did it very smoothly, but in other cases they had to make a little mess along the way. They had to bully people, they had to run over people, but in the end they got what they want. And as a result, some pretty amazing things have happened in our society, and on the other hand, some not so amazing things. But my theory is been accomplished by assholes. Now, whatever your political persuasion is, and it's not my job on this video to discuss politics, but I suspect that all presidents are assholes. And some you'll agree with more than others, but you don't get that high without being insanely committed to what you want and getting it regardless of what the opposition is. So the point here is that assholes are not bad, and we use that word in a derogatory fashion. We refer to somebody and we say, you know, he's a real asshole. And that might be a compliment. Maybe. But we don't use it that way. So here's my point. Maybe we should rethink the word asshole and view it as a compliment. Because maybe it means that a person has reached a certain level of commitment and motivation that they're going to get what they want regardless of the opposition. Now, my dear old friend Bill Zahner had a wonderful theory about this, and I want to introduce you to him because he was a lot better at this than I was. And actually, his theory was you kind of work your way up to being an asshole, and when you finally arrive there, you really should be proud of it and proclaim it proudly to the world. So here's old Bill to talk about that for just a moment.
This is a sign of the 12 steps to achieving excellence. It says here the first step is being an asshole, but I'm going to tell you that in my mind is the top level. The pissant, the chicken shit, the sumbitch, and then the asshole. I guess you can be a superior asshole. I don't know. Probably you can, and if you can, then you get 2 eyebrows and 2 eye rolls from me, because I have prejudged you and you have found you in a great state of achievement and excellence. If you are an asshole. Now this is on my wall, and it stays there, and it's a constant reminder that I too am an asshole. I have achieved this. I'm 84 years old, and it's time. I've been working on it a long time trying to be this asshole, and I finally made it. Here it is, proof. That's another way how to enjoy being an old person. Or a geezer. I'm a geezer. Qualified. Bona fide. A geezer plus. I've been a geezer for 4 years. Ever since I was 80. Now I'm a full-fledged old geezer. And I really think that you can have a good time at it. I am. I'm having a great time at being an asshole and a geezer.
So what did we learn today, boys and girls? Well, we've learned that being an asshole is not necessarily a bad thing. We've learned that assholes are beneficial to the world because they do get things done that need to be done. And I hope we've learned that if you're going to be an asshole, just be an asshole, but just don't shit all over everybody in the process.